They say I'm pandering because I tell women to have high standards. Come on in. Come on in. They say it's pandering when you tell women to have high standards. They say it's pandering when you tell women to have boundaries. They say it's pandering when you tell women to love themselves enough to know a man should provide and protect them on all levels. Come on in, family. Come on in, come on in, come on in. Come on in, come on in. All praises due to the Most High. All praises due to the Most High. Come on in. They say it's pandering when you tell a woman to love themselves. They say it's pandering when you tell a woman to deal with a man as a provider. They say it's pandering when you tell a woman to make sure she has boundaries and standards and limitation within her life. These dusty men. These men don't want to be men. They want to be women. A man is a provider. A man is a protector. A man is a leader, a guide on each and every level. And these are the teachings embedded into the psyche of a man by God. So when a man says, I'm not going to provide, when a man says, I'm not going to lead, when a man says, I'm not going to properly love my woman, you're doing the works of the devil. You aren't men. But you want to say, y'all is pandering to the minds of weak women because I'm telling them to have standards and boundaries. Brother, you don't get weak women by telling them to have standards and boundaries. You get weak women by telling them to be submissive to a man that can't do nothing for them. That's how you create a weak woman. You create a weak woman by telling her, love that man more than you love yourself. Not telling a woman, love herself enough to have standards, to have boundaries. How dare you bring a woman into your life and not be able to provide for her, lead her, teach her, guide her, love her on each and every level? How dare you bring a woman into your life? How dare you ask for her body, ask for her respect, ask for her to be submissive when you can't even submit to the will of God? And the will of God is for a man to provide and protect on each and every level. That's mentally, that's physically, that's emotionally. Some of you men can't even shut up long enough to listen to a woman tell you what's on her mind. That's spiritually knowing you have to be grounded in God. And that's financially knowing a man that don't work, don't eat, a man that don't work, doesn't deserve a family. And then they get mad. Man, y'all are saying man should do everything by himself. No. I'm saying God gave man rules. God gave men instructions. And men, you are providers and protectors. And women, you are nurturers. But a woman cannot nurture a man that brings nothing to the table. But y'all have the audacity to ask a woman what she brings to the table. The woman is the table. The woman is the table. The problem is you guys don't know how to maintain the table. Your table wobbling. And you're trying to figure out why every time you play something on, it falls off because you're unable to properly maintain a woman. You don't just maintain a woman by saying, I love you. You don't just maintain a woman by, oh, I'm not going to cheat on you. You maintain a woman mentally, feeding her mind, emotionally, allowing her to be able to express herself, financially, making sure you're providing for her, spiritually, making sure you're grounded in God. See, this is how you properly provide for a woman, elevate a woman, love a woman, protect a woman, lead a woman, and guide a woman. And you weak men say, I'm pandering? You that sick? You want your woman broken that bad? You're trying to pass on a generational curse because you seen your mom wounded, used, and abused. So now you want your woman tired? You seen your mom tired your whole life and you believe that a woman's supposed to be exhausted when she comes home? She's not a man. You so sick, you believe your woman's supposed to come home exhausted and then come home and take care of you. The role of a man is to lead. The role of a man is to guide. But the only thing a weak man can lead a woman to or a woman to is antidepressants. How are you a man and you led your woman to a struggle? How are you a man and you led a woman to the lowest parts of herself? How are you a man and your woman's depressed while with you, stressed while with you, suffering from anxiety while with you, struggling financially while with you? The truth is that woman was doing better before she met you. You ain't no man. Oh man, y'all are attacking the men. How am I attacking men? I'm attacking males. Males that want the responsibility. Males that want the respect without the responsibility of a woman. I deserve to be respected. Why? Because you have a penis? I deserve to be respected. Why? Because you have a penis? You're unable to provide. A man that does not provide for his family is not deserving of respect. Respect is not given. Respect is earned. You have to understand there's a difference between a male, a man, and a masculine man. A male is one that's just born with a penis. That's a male. XY chromosome. That's a male. And then you have a man. He grows. He's able to take care of himself a little bit, learns a few things. And then you have a masculine man that puts his whole family on his back and complains about nothing. He leads, he guides, he protects, even from the lowest parts of himself. He elevates his woman. He loves his woman. He cherishes his woman because he understands who he is and that his woman is a reflection of himself. A man that's not willing to provide for his woman can't provide for himself. A man that doesn't respect his woman doesn't respect himself. A man that doesn't probably love his woman doesn't love himself. We have to understand who the woman is. The woman is divinity on earth. I'm not saying a woman is God. I'm saying a woman is the greatest expression of God in physical form because she holds the attributes of God. But you men are too sick. You men are too much in your ego. And you're trying to figure out why your life is not moving forward. Those that read the Bible, to my beautiful Christians, Muslims, I'm going to get to you. But for you Christians, love your wife as Jesus loved the church. Men, love your wife as Jesus loved the church. And to the Muslims, Prophet Muhammad, may peace be upon him, said, the greatest amongst you men are the ones that's greatest to their wives. Not the one that prays the most. Not the one that makes Hajj. Not the one that spends most time in the mosque. But the one that's greatest to their wives. Every religious structure tells you how to properly maintain a woman. The Quran says, men, you are maintainers and protectors of women. What does the word maintain mean? Because you can get a beautiful car, but if you don't maintain that car will fall apart. And the Bible says, men, leave your mothers and your fathers and become one flesh with your wife. But you're so stuck in the devilish ways. It's easier to complain. It's easier to nag. It's easier to belittle your woman. How can you say you love her when you're watching her stress? How can you say you love her when you're watching her struggle? How can you say you love her when you see she's emotionally all over the place? You're not a man. You're not deserving of respect. You are little boys trapped in men's bodies that's unable to elevate their family as a whole. All praises is due to the Most High. All praise is due to the Most High. But yet they say, I'm creating weak women by pandering. Pandering is telling women to love themselves. Pandering is telling women to have high standards and high expectations when it comes to a man that wants to impregnate them, be with them. And then you men get so much in your feelings, you run from responsibility, leaving this woman with a child. And now you're trying to figure out why she doesn't want to pick up your phone no more? Why she doesn't want to be bothered with you no more? Because she realized she wasted years with a man that isn't a man. You are boys trapped in men's body. Ladies, love yourself. Ladies, love yourself. Ladies, love yourself. Never lower your standards for anyone. Never lower your boundaries for anyone. Because when you allow a man, and listen to me, brothers, listen to me, remove the ego and pride, because I'm trying to save some of your relationships. Don't allow the devil to whisper in your mind, brother. Don't allow him to whisper in your mind. I'm trying to save your relationship, brother. I'm really trying to save your relationship, because the family structure is the foundation of divine health, divine wealth, and divine knowledge of oneself. Men, you can't demand respect from a woman you leave unprotected mentally. You leave unprotected emotionally. You leave unprotected financially. You can't demand respect. And then you have the audacity to say women need to be more submissive. Women need to be more feminine. Why would a woman submit to your lower self? Why would a woman submit to a man that's unable to provide, lead, guide, and teach? That's you asking a woman to submit to the devil within you. And when she submits to that devil within you, she nurtures it. Now your home is in a state of hell. Why are you always yelling? Why aren't you providing? Why are you always yelling? Why aren't you protecting? You men forgot what it looks like to see a woman having a mental breakdown. These women weren't wired to do the duties of a man. Some women are working full time while in a relationship with a man, while raising children, while trying to figure out their purpose in life. And you're asking why she's always raising her voice. She's having a mental breakdown. If you love that woman, protect that woman. Speak life into that woman. Listen to that woman. A woman will tell you what she's going through and what she needs, but our pride and our ego is so loud that when she speaks about her pain and her hurt, we get triggered to the point we listen to reply rather than listening to understand. And this is what a man must do if he says he's a man. Brothers, for the men to have good women. I'm not talking about the dusty bums. Let the dusty bums be dusty bums. They don't get the same things their fathers got. Nothing. A broken home with children that don't respect them. But men that have good women. Today, sit them down and say, baby, what do I need to do to love you better? What do I need to do to lead you better? What do I need to do to protect you better? Ask your woman, because a man that's unable to elevate a woman isn't a man. A man that's unable to guide a woman isn't a man. A man that's unable to listen to a woman isn't a man. And this is a foundation of health. But the devil, man, the demons in male form, they only get off of breaking women. Every woman you've seen that man with, she looked good in the beginning, but in the middle of the relationship, she started to fall. At the end of the relationship, she looked full-blown depressed. Come on, brothers, you've seen it. Some of you have seen your mothers get the energy sucked out of them by dealing with a weak man. So it's your responsibility as men to elevate. It's your responsibility as a man to guide and lead. And the only thing a weak man can lead a woman to is bed and antidepressants. The only thing a weak man can do is lead a woman to depression, antidepressant pills, and the bedroom. He can't do nothing else. His insecurity makes him break down women. I ain't providing for you. Who you think you are? What you bring to the table? She is the table. You just don't know how to maintain her. You just don't have nothing to lay upon her for her to multiply and nurture. And your insecurities blind you on how to properly love a woman, teach a woman, speak to a woman, guide a woman. Brother, when a woman is loved properly, a man's life starts to elevate. When a woman is protected properly, a man starts to elevate. When you love a woman, she'll start to nurture your thoughts, nurture your body. Come on now, brother, nurture your heart. She'll start to elevate you. Every time you see a man winning in a relationship, it's because his woman is being led correctly, loved correctly, protected correctly. But when a man disrespects a woman, belittles a woman, misleads a woman, breaks a woman's trust, haven't you always seen this man fall? I don't care how much money he had, how much wisdom you thought he had. As soon as he disrespects, belittles, breaks down, misleads a woman, he loses everything. We've all seen it. And we've also seen when a man has nothing and he loves a woman, guides a woman, protects a woman, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. He elevates. And the man you was looking at 2 years ago is a whole brand new man. And his woman standing right next to him, just smiling. Just smiling. Because when a woman is nurtured, when a woman is loved, it's like God starts to hear her prayers. And when a woman loves a man, she's in consistent or constant prayer for this man. A woman is going to pray consistently for you if you love her right. And she also going to pray consistently for you if you're not loving her right. And you know what? God will start listening to the ones that ain't loving her right. And that's why you lose everything. I don't want to hold you. I don't want to hold you. But a man's purpose in life is to elevate his next generation. And for a man to be able to elevate his next generation, he must be able to properly love his woman, guide his woman, protect his woman. Why? Because she is the first teacher. The woman is the first teacher. These broken men that are suffering from deep-rooted mommy issues. These broken men that are still suffering from the first time a woman broke their heart. They're teaching men from broken lenses. Man, you the prize, brother, you the champion. If a man saying you're the prize, he's broken. He's broken. He's unstable. He's unfit. He's unworthy of being a champion, because to be a champion, you have to be healed. To be a champion, you have to lead. To be a champion, you have to endure. To be a champion, you have to guide, protect, elevate, nurture on all levels. To be a champion, you must defeat the lowest parts of yourself to make you worthy enough for the prize, which is the woman. A divine prize given to man from God. So when you hear a man says he's the prize, you know he's broken. Brothers, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to women. I'm talking to you. When you hear a man say, I'm the prize, he's saying, I'm broken. When you hear a man say, I'm the prize, he's saying, I suffer from mommy issues. When you hear a man say, I'm the prize, he's saying, I've never seen a man love my mother. When you hear a man say, I'm the prize, he's saying, I'm still suffering from a broken heart from a woman that I used to love. Because a healed man, a leader, knows his service is to serve. I'm going to repeat this again, brother. I need you to understand this. Because you know the weak men, they complain, oh, he pandering. Brothers, if elevating women is pandering, we all need to do it. Because when a woman elevates, the consciousness of the minds of men elevate. But when a woman's conscience lowers, so does the man. Because the woman is the first teacher. And naturally, we are wired to follow behind a woman. A man is naturally wired to follow behind a woman. They convince you women follow behind men. It's nowhere in nature. Look at a baby when a baby's born. We can go into the animal kingdom. Look at the animals when the babies are born. the cubs are born. Do they follow behind the father or do they follow behind the mother? They naturally follow behind the mother. Men with no money call elevating women simps. Men with no father figures call elevating women simps. Men that have never seen their mothers properly loved and suffer from a generational curse of loving a woman calls men simps. This is how you can spot weak men. This is how you spot broken men. These are the red flags. No man on earth should want to be the prize. Every man on earth should want to be the champion. Elevate your women, lead your women, teach your women, guide your women, love your women the ways that you wanted someone to love your mother. My brothers that call themselves Christians or have read the Bible, God said, men, love your wife like Christ loved the church. What type of love was that? That was sacrificial love. Sacrificing of oneself. Sacrificing of the ego. Sacrificing of the pride. Because when it came down to my Christians, speaking to my Christians, Muslims, I'll get to you soon. Muslims, I'll get to you soon, speaking to my Christians. But when it came down for Christ to be crucified in the Bible, some of the Bible stories now, he fell on his face and said, God, allow this to pass from me. His ego and his pride stepped in. And then he said, God, no, not my will, but your will. He humbled himself. And for our wives, for our women, we must sacrifice our ego, sacrifice our pride, and humble ourselves. My brothers that say, La ilaha illallah, Muhammadur Rasulullah. My brothers that start off their prayers saying, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the Quran, Prophet Muhammad said, men, you are maintainers and protectors of women. Not women are maintainers and protectors of men. No, men, you are maintainers. What does the word maintain mean? To maintenance. To make sure she's good mentally. To make sure she's good physically, spiritually, financially. To make sure this woman has a consistent smile on her face, because a smiling woman is a praying woman, and a praying woman elevates the man. But those with no knowledge of self call men that provide, call men that lead simps. Brother, you guys don't even understand how weak you look in the presence of a woman. If you call a provider a simp, a man that protects and provides for his woman, his wife, his family, a simp, your father broke you to the point of no return. You watched the only person in your life be strong was your mother. The only person you saw provide was your mother. The only person you saw exhausted was your mother. And you believe that you should pass on the same trait to your women and your children. Brothers, any man that watched their mothers work without a man, how did your sisters turn out? I'm going to repeat this again. Men that have watched their mothers work with no man, provide for the whole family, how did your sisters turn out? Right now, they're still trying to figure out how a man's supposed to love them. They're still trying to figure out how a man is supposed to love them. And the majority of the time, they're single with children, still trying to figure out life. Is this what our daughters deserve?